This is going to be a series of videos that are going to walk you through how to clean up the open invoices in the Open Invoice Reports in QuickBooks. This is a critical report to be aware of that many clients have never even looked at or understand the significance of this report. This is probably one of the most important reports that you work with, especially on a month-end or a year-end closing. Now this report, I've usually, for my clients, I put it up there as a direct button on the toolbar to make easy access. You can get to it also through the Memorize Reports, which I generally put a button on there as well, or you can go to the Reports menu and choose for the Memorize Reports. Now this Open Invoice Report is very similar to a accounts receivable report, but it isn't the same. This does show your accounts receivable at this time individually, but it also shows you how the transactions have been coming into QuickBooks. And the reason why this is such an important report is if you are attached to a management system, many clients do not know that the payments that you receive in the management system do not come into QuickBooks and automatically apply to the sale or the invoice. Now the balance may end up being zero or have the correct accounts receivable, but the actual payment does not apply to the invoice. And what this means is if you switch over to a cash basis profit and loss, your cash basis profit and loss will be way off because these payments have not been applied to the invoices, and that would therefore tell the profit and loss that it's not a sale yet. And it really does throw off your books. It's important you do this on a very regular basis because these things will build up, especially if you've got a high volume body shop and you're bringing lots of transactions over from the management system. This will build up quite a bit. So depending on the size, you may do this every day. You may do it at least a couple of times a week or just once a week if it's not a lot of volume. But it needs to be done on an extremely regular basis. Now the important thing is that there are different scenarios that require different procedures to fix. Now, generally speaking, all fixing will begin in the management system, or at least to verify that the management system is correct, and then we have to go to QuickBooks. But there are different things that cause these things to actually show numbers on this report. You'll notice that, initially you'll see a lot of negative numbers here. Now, anytime you see a negative number, it means it's a payment. Now what this means is on this particular job, this 13590, it's saying that it's been overpaid by $80. And we need to first of all verify that into the management system. And then once we identify what the situation is, then we can come back to correct it one way or the other. Now there's other ones that you might have received a payment for a job before the job is done. And that usually is the ones that are closer to the date of the report. Like this particular second one was 10/19 and the report's 10/24. So most likely somebody had paid their $100 ahead of time before the car is completed or the job hasn't been done. But there's other issues here, and every one of these will have a story. And we'll have to go through this and basically identify the different types of stories that there are. And I'm going to number these videos into series of 1 through however many there's different types of scenarios there are, so that you can take a look, and if you find that particular scenario, then you can watch the video and determine how you have to fix it. Now some of these are very minor dollar amounts, some of them are pretty major dollar amounts. But as I said, they all have a story, and we'll have to go through them one by one to identify what they are.